So it's Wednesday, 26th November 2025. I'm Katie, and these are your news headlines. From strikes and protests in Westminster to global crises, sport, and Washington politics. Security staff in the UK Parliament have launched a 24-hour strike on Budget Day in a dispute over terms and conditions. The Public and Commercial Services Union says more than 300 guards walked out at 7 a.m., mounting picket lines outside Westminster. General Secretary Fran Heathcote accused Parliament of treating staff disgracefully despite their role in protecting MPs, lords and visitors. A Parliament spokesperson said security staff are valued colleagues but called the strike disappointing, stressing contingency plans are in place with the Metropolitan Police to ensure safety during the autumn statement. And while guards were outside Parliament, another protest was rolling into Westminster. Farmers drove tractors into central London, defying police orders on Budget Day. Hundreds of vehicles brought rush hour traffic to a standstill, with banners reading "Starmer, Farmer, Harmer" and "Rural Communities Betrayed by Labour". The protest adds pressure on Chancellor Rachel Reeves to scrap plans for a 20% inheritance tax on farming land and businesses worth more than £1 million. Police said at least 20 tractors were stopped in the Richmond Terrace area, while organisers accused the Met of a last-minute U-turn on allowing vehicles into Whitehall. Farmers described the protest as a warning shot, demanding abolition of inheritance tax altogether. In Essex, Epping Forest District Council will seek to appeal against a High Court ruling that allows asylum seekers to remain housed at the Bell Hotel in Essex. Councillors voted to continue legal action after a judge dismissed their case against hotel owner Somani Hotels, rejecting claims that the use breached planning rules. The council said it remains committed to closing the site and is exploring other enforcement options. The Bell Hotel became the focus of protests over the summer this year after an asylum seeker housed there was convicted of sexually assaulting a teenage girl. He was later deported after being mistakenly released from prison. Britain's Andrea Thompson has been crowned world's strongest woman, but only after the original winner was stripped of the title. American competitor Jamie Booker was disqualified from the official Strongman Games in Texas, with organizers claiming they were biologically male. Booker had narrowly defeated Thompson before officials ruled they had violated competition rules. Australian athlete Alira Joy Cowley was promoted to second place, posting online that she was proud to stand among the strongest women in the world. Thompson described the fallout as the most exhausting experience of her career, saying competitors have faced insults since the ruling. Booker themselves has yet to respond publicly. Authorities worldwide are seizing an average of 9 tigers every month, exposing a worsening trafficking crisis. A new report by Traffic warns criminal networks are evolving faster than conservation efforts. The global wild tiger population has collapsed from around 100,000 a century ago to fewer than 5,500 today. Between 2020 and mid-2025, law enforcement recorded 765 seizures, equivalent to 573 tigers, with hotspots in India, China, Indonesia and Vietnam. WWF says illegal trade remains the greatest immediate threat to wild tigers, warning that without urgent action, the species could vanish from the wild. Teenagers in Australia have launched a High Court challenge against the government's ban on social media for under 16s. The Digital Freedom Project, led by New South Wales MP John Ruddick, argues the laws due December 10th are grossly excessive and trespass on the implied freedom of political communication. The ban would block children from Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat and YouTube, with platforms facing fines up to $49.5 million. Communications Minister Annika Wells said the government remains excuse me, firm in its commitments, acknowledging the ban is imperfect but necessary. Critics warn it risks harming vulnerable groups and limiting political participation, urging investment in digital literacy and providing safeguards. In a rare admission from Iran's state-run press has highlighted a sharp rise in gender-based violence. The Daily Jahani Sanat apologies reported at least 132 women killed in the first 6 months of this year, many by close relatives in cases of domestic violence and so-called honor killings. Unofficial estimates suggest nearly 40% of Iranian women experienced violence during the same period. Attorney Shima Goucher apologies described the situation as worrying, pointing to discriminatory divorce laws and the regime's refusal to pass anti-violence legislation. Observers say publication in a regime-aligned newspaper underscores the severity of the crisis and the growing difficulty authorities face in concealing it. The White House has denied reports that President Donald Trump is preparing to fire FBI Director Kash Patel. On Tuesday, MS Now reported Trump was considering Patel's removal, citing three sources. But Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt dismissed the claim as completely made up. Patel has faced controversy over social media posts, use of a government jet for a date night, assigning a SWAT detail for his girlfriend, and firing at least 30 agents last month, moves that angered FBI leadership. Trump posed for a photo with Patel in the Oval Office after the report, while Patel himself called the story fake news. Sources say Andrew Bailey, FBI co-deputy director and former Missouri Attorney General, is tipped as a possible successor. Those are your headlines for today, Wednesday, 26th November. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe so you can keep up to date with news headlines. And join me again tomorrow for the morning after Prime Minister's Questions, where we will have a look at Labour's new budget. Thank you very much for tuning in.